Now, while we look at the urgent need for career counselors, we also need to understand that career counseling by itself is not going to solve problems, right? Right now, we're only looking at the demand, but for every demand to be catered to, we also need to look at the supply. And who's our supply? Who is our resources here? Then we're talking about the career counselors themselves. Now, there was this study that was published, a research that was published by Padma Shri holder Dr. Manindra Agarwal, who did a research with students from 9th to 12th, and he's of course a professor from computer science and engineering at IIT Kanpur, and his conclusion said that about 75% of the students may be getting misguided in making subject and higher education choices. Again, as the number of choices increases, the confusion also simultaneously increases. And this gap needs to be addressed urgently so that students seek and access guidance of skilled, knowledgeable, and experienced career counselors to make informed choices. I'm very happy that Dr. Manindra used the word helping students make informed choices for more meaningful and fulfilling life ahead. At the end, when we are choosing an education, when we are choosing a career, we're choosing that not just for financial stability, but also for a very meaningful and a fulfilling life. So if we have more and more trained, skilled career counselors, we'll have more and more people living more meaningful, more fulfilled lives as well. One of the major reasons why there is an urgent need for not just career counseling, there is also an urgent need for career counselors as well. Now, one of the good things that we have as an industry is to practice career counseling, one does not require to have necessary a psychology background or a psychology degree. So this is one such branch that can embrace individuals and professions from different backgrounds as well. And once they are trained, even they can become career counselors. And we all know that the current market size of the career assessment and guidance itself is estimated at over 5,000 crores. And this has been a report coming from the Ministry of HRD itself, which is Government of India Human Resource Development, as per their ENY report on K-12. So it's not just increasing demand and increasing need, but it is also an increased market size and market capacity for career counselors as well. Now, there is another publication and research that was published in India today that again highlighted that 85% students are confused among different courses and career options for higher education. Again, time and over again, we have been understanding that with increased choices, there is only an increase in more confusion as well. Also, if we look at currently in the industry, we have a lot of career counselors, but often people confuse or they get, they interchangeably, instead of meeting with a career counselor, they happen to get in touch with an admission counselor. And it's very important to understand that these two are very, very separate profiles. While we might have a lot of admission counselors who might help you with the admission process for whether college is in India or abroad, a career counselor's role is very different, where it helps you make informed career choices for yourself. Also, globally, if you see one particular, theoretical framework and practical model that has been applied throughout counselors globally is the John Holland's interest inventory, which is used globally. So while we need more and more career counselors, one of the most established and highly used inventory in career counseling, the framework that is used in career counseling, is the interest inventory. Also, the Hindu published in 2016 that 92% of the students don't even get career counseling at school. So you can imagine that, of course, with the Plan 6 and Plan 7 of education, there are more and more school counselors, but again, we don't have enough school counselors at schools, and only 1 to 2% of the school counselors are actually equipped and trained to do career counseling at their school. So this number, even from 2016, has not drastically reduced even till date. Now, India today again published a very, heart-numbing number that as a country, we need 1.4 million career counselors. So that's where we get our answer. That when we talk about urgent need for career counselors so that students are able to get career counseling, how many career counselors are we talking about? We are right now talking about an estimated 1.4 million career counselors. And the shocking news is India doesn't have enough career counselors even as we speak. There are an approximately 20 to maximum 25,000 professionally trained, qualified career counselors who are doing and giving career counseling as we speak. So, of course, there is a high need in millions for career counselors, but even more, the demand for career counseling is right now at 350 million students that we're talking about. So we can imagine that if we need to have a very stable demand and a supply ratio for 350 million students, we at least need 1.4 to 1.5 million career counselors. And currently, how much are we at? We're only at 20 to 25,000 career counselors. And this student population is not going to go down. This is only going to increase in every academic year because we'll have more and more students passing from the previous grade to the next grade. Also, by the Daily Chronicle, have said that by 2025, that is in just a couple of years, career counseling industry is set to see a huge growth by 2025. So the National Education Policy and the article, or both were published in 2020. So you will be able to see a very strong correlation between how this industry, how this profession is going to amplify 10 notches and how the national education policy is going to have its impact. Also, another study published that 93% of the students aged 14 to 21 were just aware of 7 career options. You would be surprised to know that there are more than 250 plus career options, 3,000 plus occupations available. And currently, when we ask any students or parents, they are hardly aware of 7 to maximum 15 careers. While there are so many options lying out there, they are confused between, just few options and they make a choice based on that. And there was a time career counseling was only restricted to students. Career counseling was only restricted to a timeline after board exams, but that was all, 6-7 years ago. Now counseling happens all year round because you have students from different grades coming in for career counseling, and you have a lot of graduates, working professionals who can again come to you at year round. So the Statesman published that career counseling is no more seasonal and there is a rising need of career counselors for working professionals as well. And the last point, which again emphasizes and again hammers on the point that why we need more career counselors, that is the National Education Policy 2020 itself.